evening, I'm Adam Powell. The former Middlesbrough coach, Gordon McQueen, told his family heading a football for all those years probably hasn't helped when he was diagnosed with dementia. McQueen was a defender for Leeds United, Manchester United and Scotland, who died at his home in North Yorkshire in June 2023. He was 70. Today, an inquest into his death heard from his family, his former teammates and medical experts. Stuart Winkett reports.
Gordon McQueen was described by his friends and family as a big man with a huge personality. McQueen! A towering defender who represented Scotland and played for Leeds United and Manchester United and coached Middlesbrough. In a statement today, his former teammate Brian Robson said Gordon was renowned for his heading ability and considered the best in the league. But in the 1970s and 80s, the balls were significantly heavier.
Look at the leap by McQueen.
Gordon's daughter, Hayley McQueen, told the inquest her dad was relatively injury-free during his playing days, but did suffer some concussions. But in those days, she said, they would just get back on the pitch and play. Hayley McQueen said she remembered when she was younger coming home from school and seeing her dad in bed in a dark room. She said he often talked about having headaches during his playing career. In 2021, when he was diagnosed with dementia, she said her dad said it was probably heading the ball all those years that hasn't helped. The inquest heard the family notice changes in Gordon McQueen's personality after his 60th birthday. He was very sociable and outgoing, but became withdrawn and developed problems with his swallowing and balance. Professor Willie Stewart, who examined his brain after his death, told the inquest he found evidence of CTE, a brain disorder linked to repeated head impacts and vascular dementia. Professor Stewart said he believed heading the ball contributed to the CTE, and the only evidence available was Gordon McQueen's high exposure to heading a football. The inquest has been adjourned to the 26th of January. Stuart Winkett, BBC Look North, Northallerton.
There's a yellow weather warning in place for more snow overnight. Dozens of schools were closed across the region, with North Yorkshire particularly badly affected with 45 closures. Motorists are being advised to drive to the conditions. It's attracted protests ever since it opened, but it's now emerged almost 2/3 of detainees at a County Durham immigration removal centre ended up being released and not deported. The Derwent Immigration Centre was built on the site of the notorious Medonsley Detention Centre and holds women who are subject to immigration control. Mark Denton reports.
Perched on a hillside outside Consett, Derwent is the country's only women-only immigration removal centre. Built on the former site of the notorious Medonsley Detention Centre, it's attracted regular protests since it opened in December 2021.
Detention centres!
The HM Inspectorate of Prisons inspected it between September and October last year. During that period, there were 55 women being held there, with the largest groups being Chinese, Brazilian and Polish women. The report found 723 women left the centre during 6 months in 2025. 59% of them had been released and 41% sent to other immigration centres. The report says living conditions at the site are very good, but the centre is not doing enough to encourage and support family contact. Campaigners who've repeatedly called for Derwent site to be shut down see parts of this report as ammunition.
It completely reinforces what we have said all along. The majority of the women who are detained, who are locked up in immigration detention, have been subject to trafficking, to sexual violence, either and physical violence prior to their travelling to this country. I think this report is an official report that underlines what campaigners have been saying. It's why we stand outside of the centre every week to remind the women they're not forgotten.
The Home Office says government policy is clear that people should be detained for the shortest period necessary and that the government is doing everything possible to reduce the legal challenges which can delay removal. Mark Denton, BBC Look North.
Sport now, and Magpies boss Eddie Howe says he's very happy at Newcastle United, dismissing speculation linking him with the vacant Manchester United job. At today's press conference, ahead of the visit of Leeds United tomorrow, the head coach says he sees his own future on Tyneside, thanks to his good relationship with Newcastle's board.
I consider myself very lucky to have that, because I think there's very few managers that have the time, as we spoke earlier, to build those relationships and to have the confidence and trust within each other. I think it's really important. And if you have all of those things, you've got a higher chance of being successful. There's no guarantee, but a better chance than if the relationships aren't working. So I'm very happy at the moment, and hopefully that stays for a long time.
More snow on its way in some parts. Here's Paul with the forecast.
Good evening. Essentially, it stays cold over the next few days. Rain, sleet, snow and ice all feature in the forecast. Overnight tonight, it becomes mostly dry. The clouds break up. We get some clear spells. Not as cold as the last few nights. Temperatures down to around freezing in many places, but the ground is very cold, so yellow warning out right across the region for icy stretches on any untreated surfaces. Into tomorrow, it's a mostly dry day, certainly a brighter picture than today. 1 or 2 wintry showers, maybe Northumberland, favourite spot to catch those. Many places, though, having some bright spells. Northwesterly winds slowly easing through the course of the day. Temperatures make 3, 4, maybe 5 Celsius if you're lucky. Storm Garetti, as we head through the tail end of the week off to the south of us, we will see some rain, sleet and snow.
That's the shape of things this Tuesday night. Our next update is tomorrow in breakfast. From the late team here, good night and sleep well. Bye-bye for now.